Milstead started out life in Baltimore, in America, as a hairdresser, but he's better known for the outrageous path he's taken to achieve stardom. He's been called crass, vulgar and ugly, but his fans say that he's the most beautiful woman in the world, almost. In the past, we've seen him like this, as divine.
No woman's worth crawling on the earth, so walk like a man, my son.
Well, now he wants to be taken seriously as a character actor. In his new film Hairspray, he plays both male and female roles, and Time magazine says that the film is in imminent danger of becoming a hit. Would you please welcome from Los Angeles, Divine. Welcome, Divine. Now, are you serious after 20 years of being revolting in films? Are you serious about wanting to be a character?
Well, I never thought it. I've always been a character actor from the very beginning.
But you wouldn't. I mean, you wouldn't say that specialising for 20 years in crawling through pig muck and.
Well, these were parts that I was given that were written for me, and they were the leads in movies that have been very successful, that still play and still make money, and so I took them. I never planned in the beginning to just do female parts or to do rude or crude parts, but they were the only thing that came my way. I wanted to be a star more than life itself, so I took them. I never took porno parts or anything that were offered to me, but I took these because I thought they were black humor, as we call them in America, but sophisticated comedies.
But pretty obscene. I mean, the language was obscene. They were pretty crude and crass.
I mean, in Pink Flamingos, I think if you've watched all the movies, in Pink Flamingos was the only one where it's called an exercise in poor taste, a trashy film, and it was done on purpose. It was a film that cost $12,000, a full-length color talking movie, and the only other movie that opened the same time we did was Superman, which cost $40 million. So their ad campaign was much more than our whole cost of our movie and our ad campaign. So we did this on purpose to be noticed, and here we are. They'll either notice us or forget about us, and luckily for all of us, it worked.
But is it a case of fame at any price? I mean, you can do anything as long as you get noticed?
Oh, no, not at any price. I said I draw the line at many things.
Really?
Well, yes.
Would you expect people now, after seeing 10 movies that you've been in, and I would have thought that, I mean, outrageous would be probably the most commonly used word about you.
I think the most commonly misused word.
But can you back away from that? I mean, if you've done, and I won't run through because I suspect some people might be offended if I ran through some of the things that...
Oh, they shouldn't be.
In the film. The more outrageous you are, whether that's the right word or not, the more outrageous you are, the less chance there is of being taken seriously, isn't it?
No, all these movies are not to be taken seriously, but they're comedies. They're funny. I mean, the fact that they still sell out every show all over the world, and movies that were made 10 years ago are on the shelf somewhere and can't be shown. This is proof of the pudding.
Sidney Greenstreet, Charles Lawton, would you like to be categorised with them as character actors?
Well, now they're saying that I could be. Sir Alec Guinness, Sidney Greenstreet. Who's the one in the Mae West films? I can't think of his name right now.
Well, tell us a bit more about you. You started life in Baltimore as a hairdresser?
Well, I started life long before I was a hairdresser. I didn't come out curling hair. I was a hairdresser in my early 20s, but it was more like being a psychiatrist, so I quit that. And I just made a few films, Eat Your Makeup and Mondo Trasho.
Eat Your Makeup, hang on, we'll get those. Eat Your Makeup was one, and Mondo Trasho was another?
Multiple Maniacs. And I went out into the world to see what I could do in show business. I moved to San Francisco, where I did some live stage shows because I was popular there. And then I moved here to Los Angeles, to LA, where I lived for about 6 years. And I went to the beach every day and had a very good time. And then Pink Flamingos opened in New York in 1971-72 and was what they call an overnight success here in America, even though it was 2 years old and had never been shown before, and was quite the popular midnight film. And I was flown to New York to do a personal appearance 6 months into the run, and stayed on there where I did a play with a director named Tom O'Horgan, who did Jesus Christ, Hair. Hair was his show.
Was it just unfortunate? Were you just unlucky that it took you, I think, 17 years before you actually got to play a man? You're always playing women?
Well, yeah, that's why I said I never set out just to play the women. It's just that I was the cliche story of being typecast. And also because let's call them strong, I don't necessarily call them outrageous, but the characters I played were very strong characters. And it was difficult for people to think that I could play anything else.
Well, let's have a look at one, Divine.
So
in
I
fact,
wasn't offered anything else.
we've got a clip here from Lust in the Dust. Have a look at this.
And Divine is Rosie Valles.
Come and get it.
These legs were made for wrapping around you so tight. Oh, lay every night.
God, you're disgusting.
You're disgusting. We spoke to Tab Hunter about that last year. He also had a starring role on that, didn't he?
Yes.
Again,
He was also the producer.
was it also typecasting that the roles you played were, as they say in the soaps, the bitches? That was a very negative look at women. Was that always just part of the character acting?
Oh, no, not at all meant to be a negative thing about women. Just that I don't know about in Australia, but in America, the bitchy woman is very popular, especially in movies and on television. I don't know about at home, but in film, very popular. I think if you take one of your Dynasty, for instance, with Joan Collins, her appeal is far much bigger than the wimpy parts played by other women.
Have you still modelled yourself these days? Although she's slimmed down, are you modelling yourself on Elizabeth Taylor still?
Oh, well, no, I never did. She was just always my favorite screen star. It still is. I think the epitome of the American movie star and screen goddess, idol.
Why, I read again, I'm basing on what I've read, you see, so not everything you read is accurate, but why did you say that you wanted to punch Bette Midler in the mouth?
Well, actually, I didn't say I wanted to punch her. I said I wanted to punch her, not necessarily in the mouth, even though it's big enough for both of my fists. But because she made a statement. I was watching television one night, a television show, and she said, I was the first Divine. And I thought, well, you weren't. And it enraged me. I was Divine, given the name Divine in 1962. And, of course, Bette has had I'm a big fan of hers. And she's had a wonderful career, a long career. And I thought, she has enough. She doesn't need my name, too. And then she became the Divine Miss M about 10 years ago. And I thought that was a bit cheeky of her to do that.
Now, you said as well, Divine, you said that, in fact, you were a sort of Boy George 20 years beforehand. Do you think they're all trying to steal your act?
Well, no, I think a bit more than Boy George. I think he's a bit one-dimensional. But, no, I think, yes, a couple of them are a bit spongy, trying to soak up other people's acts.
Let's have a look at a clip then from this film that Time magazine says is threatening to become a hit. It's Hairspray. Do we need to set it up at all? I mean, basically, it's a musical comedy about the early 60s in your hometown in Baltimore. Let's have a look at this. We'll come back and talk with Divine.
Eat up, girls, eat up. Big is beautiful. Tracy Turnblad. Welcome to the hefty hideaway house of fashion for the ample woman. Hi, I'm Mr. Pinky.
Hi.
Mr. Pinky, I'm Tracy's business manager, Edna Turnblad.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet the both of you. Here we cater to the big bone gals like yourself who are stylish and at the same time frustrated by the lack of sizes in the department stores today. I saw you on TV. I want you to be my model.
Would she be paid for this?
One free outfit a month. You start tomorrow. I hope there's no diets in the works because I want to design your Miss Otto Show coronation gown myself.
They're lovely girls. I read again that you said that when you went to Baltimore that no one recognised you. You just fitted into the neighbourhood scene as though you were, dressed as a lady.
I walked down the street in my costume that first day and no one gave me a second look. Quite a few of the women in that neighbourhood where we filmed look exactly like that, so I was just blended right in.
Now again, I was going to say, you got the role to play a man in that. You got the chance of playing a man and a woman in that film.
Yeah, I got to play another character named, besides Edna Turnblad, the man that owns the television station where the dancing takes place on the TV show. His name is Armin Hodgepile, and he is a hideous type of guy.
What would you like to do then? I mean, if you are recognised after this movie as a character actor, what if you had your druthers, as we say, if you had the choice, what would you like to do? What role would you like to play?
Oh, there's so many characters that I'd love to do. I mean, I'd be good as Cleopatra and Caesar, or I could play George and Martha Washington. There's many dual roles I could do, but whatever good parts come along. I'd like to do many more than the men's parts. And of course, I would always do the women's parts as long as there's an audience for it.
All right. Well, congratulations on the review of for the movie Hairspray, and good to talk to you. Would you please thank in Los Angeles, Divine. And after the break, Ben Sidran joins us for The Last Dance.